Hello everyone, my name is Robert from Intellectual Point, and today I'm joined with Sebastian Suarez, who has been kind enough to share a bit about his story and how he was able to pursue a career in IT after the service. So, Sebastian, what branch in the military were you in?
I was in the U.S. Air Force.
Awesome. Now, after your enlistment, where did you go to basic training?
I went to basic training in Texas in 2012.
Okay. And once you were finished with basic, where were you stationed?
So my technical school was in Biloxi, Mississippi for about 9 months, and then I was actually stationed at Hobart Field, Florida for the pretty much the entirety of my enlistment for about 10 years.
Okay, sweet. So how recently did you get out?
I recently got out in April of 2022.
Oh wow, awesome. So during that time after the service, what led you to find Intellectual Point?
So initially, I started looking for skill bridge programs. I started looking around. I was really interested in, prepping myself for leaving the military and getting certifications and things like that. So I found a skill bridge program with Vets 2PM, which worked alongside Intellectual Point to do the training courses for a couple different certification exams. And Intellectual Point had one of the best programs that I saw, especially for me looking to get my CISSP was one of my major goals, and the cybersecurity path was a huge thing that drew me to Intellectual Point.
Okay. And did you work closely with IT and cybersecurity while in the service, or was it something new to you?
I did. So my 10 years in the Air Force were all around cybersecurity and IT in general. So I had a lot of experience. I also had gotten my bachelor's in IT and was finishing up my master's in cybersecurity as well. So I was fortunate to have a lot of experience already in the field.
Wow, really nice. And did you utilize the VetTech or VRAP program when taking your pathway through IP?
I went through the VetTech program.
Awesome. Now, while you were pursuing your pathways here at Intellectual Point, was there anything unexpected that came up throughout the training? Anything that stood out to you?
I think the biggest thing that I noticed from the classes was just how knowledgeable and how much experience the instructors had. I mean, especially with Prem, and he had talked about all the certifications that he had acquired throughout the years, all the different jobs that he had done, and just how much experience he had in the field of IT in general was really, really impressive. And I mean, anytime any student had a question, he always provided us with a real world example, and he was really good at understanding or helping us understand all the subjects and the different little things for all of our certifications.
Awesome. So, you just spoke a bit about the team, and throughout your time here at Intellectual Point, you were being assisted by one of our veteran success specialists, specifically Cameron. How was he able to help you throughout the process?
Correct. Yeah, Cameron was a huge help. I mean, especially, my entire adult career was in the Air Force, so I had never really done job interviews or really applied for jobs or anything like that. So Cameron was a huge, huge help in that. He walked me through how to do an interview. We did mock interviews, and he really, really prepared me for my first, real world interview. And I feel like I did amazingly. I obviously got the job, and that was a huge help. Cameron walked me through all the different steps. With him being a veteran, was also a huge help. Explaining. He knew where I was coming from. He knew the transition that I was making, so he was really able to guide me through it and help me get to the next stage of my life.
Perfect. And lastly, what advice would you give to someone that was in your situation prior to coming through IP, just out of the service? What would be some advice for them?
So really the biggest things was, always like Prem said, trust the process. It's really a tough program, and the certifications are really difficult, and especially CISSP was one of the toughest tests and prepping that I've done for my career. So it was a lot to handle, but I think if you put in the work, if you read all the sample exams that they give us, if you go through everything and you really pay attention to class and give your best effort, it's definitely doable. It's a tough process, but I would just recommend that you stick with it. You give 100%, and you're there every day taking notes, trying to understand the topics, do your own research, practice the practice exams that they give us, and follow all the instructions that the professors go through. It was really helpful, and the program is really set up to help you pass through all the exams and actually understand the topics so that you can go on to your job and actually do everything as efficiently as possible.
Absolutely. Well, with that, Sebastian, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to share your story and some words of wisdom to be heard by those who are a little unsure of where to go or what to do after the service. We wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors, and have a great day.
Thanks. You too, Robert.